Okay. What's
Welcome to the
interesting is I'm
webinar.
not
You have
hearing
entered as an
audio.
organizer and may now speak to any other organizers or
Go to webinar.
panelists on the line.
Hang
When
on,
you are ready
folks.
to begin the presentation, press the Start Broadcast button on the GoToWebinar control panel to allow all attendees to hear you. This system will notify you once you begin your broadcast. The broadcast is now starting. All attendees are in listen-only mode.
So bear with me. I apologize profusely. There's nothing I can do except try something. Stephen, I'm going to put your mic on and see if I can solve this by changing
All
where
right,
I'm getting my audio.
it's on.
So
Testing
I
one,
can see
two.
that you're talking and I'm not hearing you.
Oh, yeah, no, I got it. Yeah, no,
So
I
if you're
can see
just
that.
talking, just say anything for a few minutes.
Testing one,
And
two, three,
I'm
four.
not
Testing
sure why
four, two,
you're
three,
not coming
one.
through my
Testing,
my headset.
testing,
I've plugged in
testing.
and out. I've rebooted.
Oh, solo
There's not a
mio.
whole heck of a lot else I can do. Normally, I always hear you.
Right.
Everybody else is hearing you.
Uh-huh.
I think
Hello.
everyone else is hearing you.
Yeah. How come you're not hearing me?
So it's impossible.
Yeah. What are we doing today that's different? I don't know. Testing, 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 testing. What am I looking
Bear
at?
with us,
I'm
folks.
looking at your
Sometimes
screen.
technology creates issues.
Uh-huh. Oh,
You
there it
guys are
is.
hearing both of us, but I'm not hearing them.
All
I see them
right.
talking.
Okay. I'm here. All right.
I got them. Okay, but
Oh, you got me?
I
Good.
got you, but I have to use my monitor. So can you
All
guys
right.
hear both of us now?
There we go.
Okay, so for some
All
reason
right.
my headset's not working.
So, yeah. All righty. Now, this, if you look over here at the dome, the bid and ask is so far apart, you wouldn't be able to scalp this.
Let me put your charts on, Steve. Give me 1 second.
All right. Okay.
I had to change everything.
I mean, we got a continuous uptrend. I mean, I can try it. Just, I just,
Okay.
I just turned it on. Just
You're-
turned it on to see what happened, but the bid and ask are so far apart. It's not good. I don't know what happened there just then. Here, let's look and see.
Your charts
Probably.
are on now.
Yeah, no, I just lost $200. Yeah, okay. Now, see, that's the bid and ask are the thing over here. The bid and ask are so far apart. They just have to move one tick and you're out.
Can you
You
make
know.
that chart bigger, Steve? That chart with the dome on it? Is that possible?
Oh well, I mean, you mean this over here or
Yes.
this?
Yes.
Well, I mean, well, no, you can't really. No, you can't make it any bigger. That's the size of it.
I got you. Okay.
But what I'm saying, you can see where the bid and ask is,
I got it.
uh, but they're so far apart. You know, it's just the minute you're gonna get knocked out very
Well,
easily.
look how fast the dome is moving. I mean,
That's
that's also a signal that it's very dangerous to trade. Would you agree?
exactly. No, that's what it is. I mean, it's uh, since we're only testing here, I can put this back on, but we can put this. Where'd it go? All right, we'll put it back on, and then we'll take it, but we'll put it on. All right, I've got it ordered, but the thing is, this thing is jumping so much. You're just asking for trouble.
So in these kind of markets, wouldn't you really stand aside and just wait for calm?
Well, that's why I went over to the 6E.
Right. Or look for a market that's safer to trade.
Right, the indexes will kill you today because they're just jumping
Right.
so tremendously here. You can't scalp this market.
Right. Now gold looked a lot safer. Gold looked like
Any
it didn't have this kind of movement.
Right. Anything but the indexes. The ES is probably doing the same. I mean,
You
the
want to you want to
YM
show
is
the
probably doing it.
ES? You want to show the ES?
We can run over and take a look at the ES.
Are you using in your strategy, or do you have your normal setup, or have you increased your stop?
I've changed it to 5 and 10, and increased the stop to 15. But this, you see, they're immediately like five or six apart.
Right.
The one tick and boom, you're out.
Yeah.
Goodbye.
You need a 30. I had a 30 tick stop. That's what kept me in the trade.
Right, and that's right now it's jumping back and forth. You need a much bigger stop, but you can't scalp and have a big stop. They don't work.
Right. Right. What's the word? It's a
It's
conflict.
right, exactly. You're if it works, it's great. But if 9 times out of 10, it's not going to work.
Right.
So,
Right. So
uh,
look, it's still a very important lesson for people. When you see markets, when you see a dome that's jumping around like that, that's telling you that when you get in a trade, it's going to take you right out of the trade. It's going to hit your stop in a second if you're unlucky enough for it to reverse at all.
right. No, because this thing is just moving up and down all over the place. I mean,
Right.
it just
It's not safe to trade. Even though the
it
chart might look like it's safe, it's
right
not.
the
It's
chart,
not
but this
necessarily
is
safe.
the dome is actually showing you what's happening. The chart is not.
Right.
So that's why you just this thing is wow. It's just moving tremendously, and it's skipping a lot of it's jumping over a lot of ticks.
Right. Right.
It's just jumping right over wherever you put it in. If I was to put it in, it would jump right over you, and you'd get missed.
Right.
But here, this is going to try to come up and run. Let's see what it does here. All right, we ran. All right, now let's see if it runs up or comes back and takes me out. There, all right, there we go. There we go. Nice,
Yeah.
nice, 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 nice.
Yep.
I don't know what it did, but
Well,
let's see.
it moved in one direction pretty much, so that's what saved you. That's what saved you.
Luckily, yeah, 475. I mean,
Yeah. Yeah.
that was 240.
Right. Right.
So, but that's dangerous.
Steve, show your settings just for fun, since we're not, this is really dangerous trading anyway. Show what you would try to do.
Oh,
Uh,
on this one right here.
yeah, show your
Okay.
settings.
All right. So I'll go over here and I'll show this right here. What I did is I went to 5 to 10, and I moved that up to 15, and then of course I moved this to 15. Now possibly these threes should go to 4 or 5 on
Right.
such an active market, just to
Okay.
make sure that the thing is moving in your direction before you get in.
Very good
That
point.
might well, I can't change that right here, but the 5, because this is jumping so much, it's like it's impossible to get a hold of it. But let's just move these to 5 just to make sure. All right, let's go back. Apply. I turned it off. Apply. Now I'll go back and move it to 5 and 5 just to make sure that you're outside. All right, and then true. Put it in. All right, there it is. Now I got it 5, and I can just, it's going to. I can just put it. We can put it on just to see what's going to happen here. It's gonna.
So what Steven's saying is he is widening all of his values. Okay. His targets are a little bigger. His stop is a little bigger. His ticks above and below the range is bigger. Okay. Because look at the way the dome is moving. And Steven, you're interesting. You don't actually trade on the chart. You do it differently than me. You let it happen on the dome.
Well, yeah, no, I let it happen on Dome, but I mean, I put my diamonds. The trades are on the
Right.
chart, and then I let the Dome hit it and take it.
Right.
That's kind of what I do. But
Okay.
here again, this market, anytime you're looking at your bid and ask so far apart, You wouldn't want to. You wouldn't want to. And the jumping around.
Yeah.
No, you wouldn't want to get in on this. This would just this. You could do a swing trade on this, but the way this thing is going up and down, I don't even know a swing trade would help you out. You know.
Well,
But you see,
I did my 1030 swing trade, and it normally doesn't stop you out in 2 minutes, and
oh yeah,
that was a 30 tick stop. So
right. No, it's just
that just
you.
gives you an idea. This is a tough market even for swinging.
Right. Well, it's this you wouldn't if you saw this you wouldn't get in on this. You would go find another instrument to trade
Right, right.
because this is just way out of line here. Because this so all right, so there just did it again and took me out. There.
Okay, but I think you made a quick $50, right?
Let's take a look. It was four. What was it for? Four. Yeah. No.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
did.
I did.
Made about 100, maybe.
Right. So that was but that's dangerous.
Right, right. Look, if you have a huge account and you want to risk $1,000 on scalping,
I don't
you
know
know,
about that.
that's up to you. I would not do it. I would not do it. I don't want to throw money away.
Granted, but see now I can turn around and put it right back on, and then I like it when it comes back and it's in the middle of the range. Okay, now it can go anywhere.
Right.
To try to continue writing it up or writing it down, a couple times maybe, but when you go for the third or fourth time, it might go against you.
Right. Now, how
But
many times would you say a day these days you're trading your scalp system method?
well, this is the way I do all my trading right now. I mean,
Okay.
this is I always have this on.
Okay.
Whatever instrument I would go to, I would just put this kind of thing on because then I don't have to worry about it. I can go get a cup of coffee. Not with this, of course, but
Right, not today. What do the gold diamonds tell you? Colleen's asking.
oh, those are the actual trades. That's where it's going to execute.
That's the entry. Colleen, those are the X's, but he does it slightly differently than we do it. Those are the X's.
Yeah,
Okay.
because you can't have chart trader on. You can't put on chart trader and a strategy on the same chart.
In Ninja 7.
Right. Correct. Correct. Why you can do it in Ninja 8?
I am learning Ninja 8, so
Yeah, no, they see that chart trader's gone over here. You can't put it on.
if he had
Because
chart trader on, he'd have to have a second chart open.
right, the strategy would have to be running somewhere else. Whereas I just use the dome and it works for me.
Right. And Ninja 8, you can do it all on one chart.
All right. Okay. So where's the dome? Dome's over here. Okay.
It's still not even slowing down at all.
No. Look at there. It's just stopped me out. See, it went down, got me in,
Yep,
and stopped
yep.
me right
And
out.
it was so fast we barely saw it. We barely.
That's right. And then so we're looking at 275. So I lost
Right,
200. It was 540. Now it's back down to 275. So
right, right.
dangerous.
Yes, because he had three contracts and
Well, now
15 tick stop, right?
right now, what might work on something like this? This is where the one tick or one trade, single trade with a trailing might do nice here.
Uh-huh.
A lot better than what this is doing. But I mean, a single trade with trailing would be all right.
With a nice big stop.
Yes, but here again, not in this market. Not with this. This is you know here you got that. See, that's what's happening. You can see what's going on in the market right here with the dome. I mean, it's just the bid and ask are so far apart, and but that's the way they've set it for this market. Uh, does everybody understand what I say when a bid and ask so far apart? The bid and the ask, they're highlighted. One's dark blue, and the yellow is where it's at. The price
That's
is
on the
at.
dome. He means on the dome.
Yes, exactly. And those actually should be right next to each other, except not in this market. They aren't.
Right.
So that immediately tells you you don't want to scalp this market. Oh no, I thought I had it on. Must be I didn't have it on.
Yeah, you probably missed that one.
Uh-huh.
It just
No,
stopped you out. I think it just stopped you out.
probably did because I didn't hear anything happening.
Yeah.
So that would mean I just lost another all right,
Yeah.
200 and whatever it was, yeah. So that's what happens in this kind of market.
Right. So that's why some days you just better off try to find an instrument. Patrick is saying the RTY looks better. You want to take a look at the ES, Stephen?
Yeah, I can run over here and take a look at the ES. So we can go over here and see what this is doing. All right, and then bring up the dome and see what the dome on the ES is doing as well.
Not great. Wait, no, that was the NQ.
Okay, but it's jumping quite a bit too.
Yeah.
All right, then there's as soon as let's see, it's going to present me the ES. I don't have ES, so it's having to download. I never trade the ES.
Okay. Okay.
So there we go. Okay.
There it is.
Now there's a lot of activity. There's a lot of volume. I mean, all those brown buttons is a highly active market is what the ES is doing right there.
Mhm.
And it's oh, we could we could put it on and see what happens just for shits and giggles.
Right. What kind of candles are you using?
Well, those are just regular candles. Those are just regular candles.
Okay.
Yeah, no, they're just like regular. I don't use Heiken or anything like that, but
Okay.
you could easy enough. But so this ES is going sideways right at the moment.
Right. It looks a little slower than the NQ.
It is. It is. It is. It is slower. But it's for the ES. It's still quite a bit of movement.
Right.
Now up and down. Let's see if it goes through here and or just is going to trade between those two. Let's see if it goes up and see what it does here. Now it's going to go up and down and up and down.
Now, don't forget you also increased your plus minus ticks above the range.
Yeah, yes, I did. So I got 5 sitting up there.
Right. So the ES has to move a point and a quarter for you to get filled above the range.
Right.
Or below.
Well, right now, what time is it? It's 10:55. Okay. We're kind of slowing down, but
Yeah. Someone was asking what colors your candles.
well, I use green and red, but what happens is this piece of tape right here, this thing down here, changes them to brown. So you can see that the piece of tape says that there's an awful lot of activity going on right in this one spot. That move up, a lot of people got in on that move up.
Okay.
Is what it's telling me. And
so paste the tape, folks, is an indicator. It's another indicator.
Right. It's just usually it denotes turnarounds. Except when the thing is running sideways and you get it, there's a lot of volume coming into the market then.
Okay.
Yeah, and there's a lot of transactions are happening very quickly. You know, that's what the piece of tape shows you. It looks like it might come down, but I don't know. It's kind of slowing down here a little bit.
Right. Now, everybody sets up, there's no law that says you have to set up your charts the way I do mine. Stephen
Nope.
obviously has his chart set up very differently than mine.
Yeah. So looks like it's going to come down and hit it.
What's the green square with 12 under?
All right. The green square with 12.
Let's see, you're almost making money.
Oh, that says, yeah, it's coming down, it's coming down, it's coming down. That's going up.
Oh, it reversed on you.
It's coming back down. It's going to get me. It's going to get me. It's come on. There it is. There it is. Beautiful. Now, what you can't hear is the thing going ka-ching, 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 ka-ching.
Right, right.
There we are.
And then it stopped. Yeah, you should be positive now in
True.
your money.
Yeah, go over here to account and 265.
Okay.
Okay. See now.
So someone was asking what those dots, the squares with the numbers under were.
Oh, you see these little numbers here? This is a spread analysis. This says there's a lot of people wanting this to go up, which but it looks like it came down, But this is just these little buttons. It's a spread. I don't use them,
Uh-huh.
but if you wanted to do a spread, quick spread, that's like the range, except on a much smaller scale.
It's not part of that other indicator that shows the numbers in the middle of the range.
Yeah, it is. It is.
What's that called? I forgot what you called that indicator.
Let's go look and see what that is called. Here. What is that called? It's called spread scalper. That's an indicator spread scalper.
Right.
That's what that is. But
that's a paid indicator, folks, and you don't have to have it.
I don't ever use it, so I can take that off. I don't need that on. That's taking up space and time and stuff. So now they're gone.
Okay.
But it's if you want to scalp and it's within a couple ticks rather than a huge range. So that's what that does. Okay. But it wouldn't work on this kind of market either.
Right.
Because it's moving way too fast.
So a good rule would be absolutely unequivocally to have that dome handy. As much as I hate the dome has a tremendous amount of value.
Well, here again, I just watch it to see,
exactly,
because it tells me a lot about what's going on with the actual price. All right, now this is going to come down again. Yep. And continue to fall, and maybe not. So
how about taking a look? Do you trade gold and oil?
Yep. All right. We can go over here and we can take a look at oil. All right. Looks like the ES might have just got put in, but
did it put you in a trade?
Now there's oil right there. Up and down, mostly sideways here. There's that one, and there's from my top to bottom is mostly sideways. So you wouldn't need these big moves on this one here. On oil, you wouldn't need to be a 5-tick spread. That's only because the other ones are so active.
Right.
Gold wouldn't need it either because it's not affected. Actually, for that 1,100 point move, gold didn't move that much yesterday.
No, I know.
You would expected like 100 points out of gold, and it didn't do much.
People were pretty surprised.
Yeah, but well, it wasn't a gold problem. I mean, that wasn't a market, grab your rear end problem.
Right.
So now this is gold, so it's just here. Let's take a look and see what this is probably just a normal. I did get some. I got something on that ES. It was in there running.
Okay.
I just picked up another 300. All right, so there's the gold. Is this we're on 418 in gold, are we?
418. Yep.
Okay, all right, because this isn't bringing me.
No bid.
Yeah, it doesn't show me bid and ask, but it should.
Huh.
There they are. Okay, good.
Okay. Yeah, see, that's calm.
Right. This is calm in comparison. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Might be tradable. Might be.
It would have been. Yeah. You would have been all right here. You would have grabbed this move down.
Yeah.
And you might have grabbed that move up.
Right.
Because I mean, it's consolidated here, consolidated over here. All right. And this is your volume moving up through zero. That's a plus right there. So, yeah, gold.
Colleen was asking, was there an entry when price broke the U11 red line?
Yeah, that's where it would be right there. So you would have been in consolidation right here. You would have had your thing on, and the price would have been right up here. You know, just after you broke that is when you would have gotten into that move.
Just at the
Uh,
very end, Colleen,
right. You might have been. What is the
of the chart.
right? Let's see where you would have been. You would have gotten in like up here, 30.70, and went up to 15. Went up 8 points. Yeah, before it turned around, would have gotten you.
Right. What kind of settings do you use on gold for scalping?
Same as I use on everything.
Okay, same as
Yeah,
the so 4, 6, and
yep,
12 normally.
yep. Yeah, that works when you're in 210. That works with the 210 real well.
Right.
Now that was the other thing I was going to look at. Let's if we were rather than 210, if we were saying a 5 range,
Okay.
but the trouble is even looking at the chart on a 5 range, you look at the chart on a 5 range, but your ticks over here are still what your ticks are. They're just say if I was to NQ that, all right, what's that, a 5 range? Okay, but your ticks are still jumping around over here,
Mm-hmm.
all over the place. All right, so that's that wouldn't buy you anything over here. You might be able to see something, but I'd see that's still pretty active right there,
Right. Yeah,
and
it's really
it's still jumping too much.
right. Right.
So this is you would just be lucky to get
Right.
anything on a day like
Right.
today.
If you got the dome doing what it's doing right now, you should be able to learn to recognize that that's a super dangerous dome, which means dangerous trading. Okay?
Yeah, jumping around.
That's a sign you want to recognize. You want to recognize that.
Yeah, because that's not what the dome should be doing. That just tells you to stay away.
Right. Right. Okay. Hey, Stephen, if you want to
Yes.
take a break, I'll just go over, answer a whole bunch of questions, and
Okay.
I'll make myself a presenter for a little while. And thanks so much. I really appreciate it.
All righty. Right down.
Okay. So if I have any questions, I'll see you on the side over there.
Okay. Right down.
Okay. So I'm going to put my charts up and just try to start going through some of your questions, folks, because I know you have a lot of questions. I've seen them. We didn't get to all of them. So let's see if we can get to them. So I'm still on the NQ 210. You have to show the dome in this market. If you don't, you're just looking for trouble. You want to have the range on so you could watch the range. Okay. I made 230 on my 1030 NASDAQ trade. We were only going to trade it on one side, but I got stopped out, even though it looks like it was an awesome move in one direction. Even with a large stop, remember I had a 30 tick stop, I still got stopped out. I still got stopped out on that. So there's not a whole heck of a lot you can do about that in this kind of a market. You know what's funny, Stephen? My GoToWebinar is weird and I can't see you in the room, so I can't mute your mic.
I usually unplug it. Here.
But I don't even see you as a person. It's really weird. Um, do I have a PDF file with the settings? Yeah, Richard, it's not a PDF, but I have a Word file. I have a Word file. Patrick is mentioning RJ's range, no gap for ticks. Patrick, I'm not familiar with that. I'm not familiar with that. Stephen, Brian was asking what moving average is the gold MA at the top of your chart? You had a
All
gold moving average at the top of your chart.
right. Let me look and see what that is. Oh, that's 21.
Okay.
I use
Brian,
20. I use 21 all the time
okay.
because remember When the price crosses below 21, that's the time to get in or sell it, and when it crosses above, that's the time to be looking to buy.
Okay, and that's why I have this panel here, because that's a 21 cross, okay? When it crosses, that's what Stephen is saying, okay? That's a potential trade signal. So I wanted to find my dome so you could see what the dome is doing. Someone asked where the dome is. So where is the dome? Tools,
No, file,
file,
new, new,
new
new,
Superdome, done,
right there.
Superdome, file, new Superdome. And
All
then if
right,
it's real small, you want to right click the properties
right.
and change the size of the dome,
Yeah, 35.
number of price rows. And okay, and then you'll get a slightly larger dome. And you could link it.
Yeah, well, you can
Yeah,
link it, or you just put your price right down there.
right. Or you can put price down in this
Your
instrument.
instrument down there, right?
Okay. So obviously you want to keep it out of the way of your range, but the movement of the dome is going to give you an indicator of whether or not you want to trade this market. Right now, this market is still moving very crazily. Okay. So if I were trading, I mean, I might have risked one shot at my NQ trade, but I probably wouldn't have in the room. I wouldn't have done it live. It's too risky. Look at the way the market's moving. There's spaces in between the
Bid and
orders,
ask.
the bid and ask. Exactly. You're just asking for trouble. Even though it looks like it's going to work here to the short side, you're getting a crossover, but it could reverse in a second. That probably would have worked for one target.
Yeah, it would have. That would have. Right there. There you go. There you go. There you go. Looking good.
There you go. I don't know
There.
what happened to my sound.
Oh,
Holy
there, there
smokes.
you go. 365. Hey,
And then don't forget, put it back on. Okay. Put the range back on so you can watch what's going on. Now, you have to have a lot of guts to do that kind of trading. You got to be Ted. All right. Ted would do it.
no, I don't. I don't know.
Someone's asking, and then there's a good question. How do you put the bid and ask on the dome? Isn't that really just asking how do you put
It's
an order on the dome?
well, right. You could just click on the dome. You could click on either side, and it would automatically put the order on.
But you have to be careful because Ninja's
Right.
Dome, if you just click with your left mouse button, it'll put you in a trade.
Yeah, it's the buy over on the left and the sell over on the right.
Yep. So you got to use your middle mouse button. Daniel,
Well,
experiment in Sim is what I'd recommend with the way their dome works.
right.
It does
If you
not
just
work.
if you just clicked on a bar, you'd get one. Just click on that. Boom. There. You just got a sale there.
Okay. You have a sell limit. So you can
Right.
click the price above. All right.
Or you could actually come down below and put it down there, and
If you
it
do
would
it
then
down here, is it going to put you in the trade?
probably.
Yeah, because it's but if you use the middle mouse button, it won't.
Right, correct. Well,
So
I won't let you use the middle mouse button down here because you well, okay. All
it'll
right, it
be
did.
a
It did.
stop. It'll be a sell
All right.
stop. It'll be a
All
sell
right.
stop.
Oh,
I
there
got
you
filled. Look, I got filled, folks. I got fillld. I wasn't planning on trading, but look, it didn't even do anything related to the strategy. It was just jumping around so much, it just decided to fill me. Okay. So,
right.
you don't want to be you didn't want to be in that trade. I was just demonstrating the dome. Unfortunately, that's why we're in sim today, folks. That's why we're
Right.
in sim. I don't even have a trade on.
Well, yeah, you do. You're trading right there.
Right. No, I know. Because I had the order in the dome. So
Right, and you're
let's see if we could wait out the volatility here and get a
you
move
could.
down.
You could.
Get a
You
move
could.
down to get out flat, or with a couple of bucks, or if we're gonna get killed, you could lose
No,
$1,000.
no. Right. Well,
You could
no,
lose
you're
$1,000 in a second.
yeah, but it'll come back down. There you go. You're coming. You're good.
There we
There you
go.
are. You're positive now.
All right. So I didn't want to be in that trade. I was just showing you the dome. All right, so be very careful. First of all, be very careful in this market. I'm going to say it over and over, over and over. Uh, The middle mouse button is used for sell stops and buy stops. The left mouse button are your limit orders with the dome. Okay. Ted would have shorted at the blue line.
Oh
Uh,
yeah, that would have been excellent.
so look, Ted is an expert scalper. I mean, that's what he does. That's what he does.
Good.
Okay.
Well,
Uh,
he would love this then.
yeah. Let's take a look at a slower market. Let me go through some of the questions just because I don't think I answered all of them. Use limit orders in the dome. You could do that. Ted has been scalping and is making money scalping. Coop says the correct dome to use is the static superdome. A lot of people have said that, Coop. I don't argue that at all. There is an extra charge for the static superdome, folks. They charge per transaction. It's not very much. So if you want to use it, people are welcome to use it. Uh, John, do you need to see the indicator setup still? I think we've answered. Bear with me, folks. Colleen, we answered you. Okay, so most questions have been answered. So it looks to me, John, the indicators I'm using on my trading chart, an EMA panel and an SMA, an EMA of 3, an SMA of 21. It's SMA of 3 and EMA of 21. That's giving me crossovers. Those are possible signals. Anna squeeze is down here. The purple dot gives you a possible alert for a trade or that you're in consolidation. Current day open highs and lows. I put that on every chart. That's a free ninja trade, free ninja indicator. ADV XMA alerts. They're on Futures IO. That's available with a 15% discount for JOBB coupon code if you become an elite member. And a super trend. We have them for free on Lizard. And if you download them on Lizard, a whole bunch of other ANA indicators come with it. Our job, trap trade utility and bracket utilities are important to always have on your trading charts. So you'll see the range get drawn. Otherwise, you won't see it get drawn if you don't have your utilities. Okay. We're also using the Williams AD0 lag, and someone said they found it on the Ninja Trader free download forum. Okay. And the only indicator, Stephen, that I can't find in one of our sites is the ANA momentum, the balance momentum. Do you remember where you found that indicator?
Yeah, no, it's I got that from files.io.
If files.io?
Well, futures, excuse me,
Okay,
futures.
I didn't see it on there. Is it so you think I just missed it?
Well, it's called balance momentum.
Right. Right. Okay, I'll look again for it.
Yeah, no, that's where I got it.
Okay, so balance momentum
Right,
when you load it, what's funny, it becomes called ANA momentum, but it's
right.
called balance momentum.
I just went looking for momentum and I found it on futures IO. Yeah.
Okay. What John was saying something useful. Let me put the dome up. You can see the bid ask on dome by clicking dome properties, show quick buttons, make that true. Ah, look, and then it shows up down at the bottom. Okay, thank you very much, John. Didn't know that. Let's go over to ES because the NQ is just too fast to use our strategy on. It's too dangerous. Too dangerous. So ES is 318, or we could check gold too. Let's see what the ES is doing because people like trading the ES for whatever reason. They like it. The charts are slow, folks. The charts are
Oh,
slow.
there's a nice one right there though.
That would have been a beautiful move. Would have been a beautiful move. And when you change charts, look, you can't be in a rush to trade. You got to set yourself up. If you have to adjust your stuff, there's going to be a million trades during the day, especially on a day like today. So first step, check your dome, right? See what kind of action it has. And that's not that horrifying, Stephen.
No,
That dome,
that isn't.
that is not that bad. That is not that bad.
Yeah.
So to protect yourself, what you could do is you could widen your ticks above the range a tiny bit, a little bit. You could make it 4. So in order to adjust your strategy, you have to turn true to false and click on the word enabled. Apply, sorry. Turn true to false. You have to do what I said though. Click on apply, and now everything's dark so you can make your adjustments. And I could change that to 4. And then you have to think about your stop for the ES and your targets. If we're doing this as a scalp system, Stephen, you still like 4 and 6 in this market?
Well, no, and I went to 5 and 10 in this market.
Okay, even on the ES. So what he's saying is his profit target, he's going to 5 ticks. His second target, you're using 3 contracts, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So he's using 3 contracts. For people that have smaller accounts, I'm trailing with 2. So I'm going to make my profit target 2 a 0. And that way we'll trail with 2 contracts. What are you doing for a stop on the ES?
Well, at 12 again.
Okay, so you keep that stop and pretty much everything you keep stable. Break even plus 2.
Yeah, because
All that stuff you keep stable.
just the results. You look at the results and say, the 12 works fine, and the
Okay,
4 and 6 work fine too.
okay.
But especially on the ES now, 4 is going to be $50 over here.
Right.
You know,
Is there a way to keep the dome from disappearing always on top? Yeah, that'll.
probably, yeah.
Yeah. So what I did is I right clicked on the right and I clicked always on top. Hopefully that'll keep our dome there. You don't really, I mean, I like to have the time on all my trading because you don't want to trade at lunchtime. And we're kind of get slowing down now on a day like today, though.
It's
You
lunch,
might want to trade at lunchtime because it might be the only time you have calmness.
right?
Now, the ES are probably the most liquid of all futures, people would say. Uh,
They are.
Ted is saying that you could go to a 1,000 tick chart.
You could on the ES, definitely.
Okay.
Yeah, no, definitely.
And keep your same settings.
Yeah. Hmm.
Interesting. So data series, go to 1,000.
Yep.
Because you have to think a little bit creatively. These markets are crazy.
Well, there's a lot of
Right.
volume on the ES.
Yeah.
A
So
lot of
this,
volume.
yeah. So that's going to slow you down a bit. That might slow you down.
Except the ticks are ain't going to change the ticks at all. The ticks are still going to move just like they always do.
Right, right.
But here again, like you say, the ES is the bid and ask are right next to each other, which is really
Yeah.
the way it should be.
That's what he means here where my arrow is. The bid and asks are next to each other. They're not split apart. They're not jumping up to the top and bottom of the dome. Okay. I would not call this calm. I would not call this calm.
Right. Well, for example, the blue numbers and the yellow, that's your bid and ask right there.
Okay, so yellow is the current price.
Right, and the blue numbers is either the bid or the ask.
Okay. All right. Everybody got that? Robert's asking when is this going to be available to members? Robert, if you have the current software downloaded, you have this. You have the one-click range trade. It's just part of our strategy, our breakout trade strategy. If you click on JOBB breakout under entry type, you now have 3 types. You have to make your true false, apply, and then one-click range trade. You have 3 types of trades: breakout, range, and one-click range. So it's part of the strategy if you have the most current strategy. Okay. So I'm going to put it back on 210 just because that's what we're trading. I find it just keep a standard that we're using. It'll help. It'll just be less confusing, I think.
Okay, it's just that with the ES, that's 210 is like nothing to an ES.
Yeah, it's a lot. See how much more movement you have on that chart when
Right.
your ticks are much less? That's why you would consider going to that higher range tick chart on the ES. It does make sense. It does make sense. How about in a normal market, Stephen, in a quiet normal market?
Well, here again with the ES, you can use a much larger number because
Okay, so you'd still,
it's
still
it's thousands of contracts going back and forth on the ES.
okay. So ES could be our outlier, if you know what I mean, where it's one of the charts that we don't use the 210 tick if we're trading.
Right. Yeah. No, I use 210 on the other stuff because it just seems to work better. Actually, every instrument has got its own perfect tick that you have to figure out.
Right. Every instrument has a different personality. So that's one of the challenges of discretionary trading also, of course. And that's one of the reasons I love news trading. I love news trading because in a sense, you don't have to worry as much about a crazy market. We don't trade the ES. We don't normally trade the NQ. We're normally trading the markets that are a little bit calmer, even in a market sell-off like this. Uh, we did trade the RBA rate statement last night. We made money on that. We got stopped out on the trade balance trade, but I'm not sure that either of them were related to the market sell-off. I think they were pretty normal news trades. Okay. So we'll see tomorrow. We'll see how oil behaves, and we'll see how the one big trade is going to be the bond trade because bonds have been extremely volatile in this market. And everybody's waiting to see what the bond auctions do. So we're going to be very, very conservative on those bond auctions this week. I can tell you that right now. I'm not gonna throw money away at the market in conditions that we're not comfortable or familiar with. And these are not conditions we've seen for years. It's been years since we've seen these types of conditions. So you can always step aside, you can always wait. Uh, and Robert, you can always pick a 610 tick chart for the NQ, whatever you want to pick, you can experiment with. Um, it's not an issue. Those are things you can do.
Well, 610 I'd use for ES. The
Right,
six
610 might be a little big for the NQ, Robert,
with
but any other questions, folks? Believe it or not, we've been in here for almost an hour and a half. Almost an hour and a half. So I think I'm going to call it a morning. Stephen, thanks so much for helping
okay.
and showing people your setups. And look, I mean, on a day that's so dangerous, we could take sim trades and you could see how dangerous it is. Does it really teach us how to use the system? I'm not sure. I don't think it really necessarily benefits us. You had a short signal when the red line got red here. Look at that crossover of the 21 and the 3. Tremendous crossover.
Oh yeah, no, looks good.
A violent crossover. I mean, you've got a
Down.
downward trend on the Williams AD0 lag. So you've got some signals there. You got some signals. All right. Any last questions, folks? I'll stick around and answer any last questions you want to ask me. Happy to always answer. People are thanking you, Stephen. I know you can't see it, so everybody's thanking you.
Alrighty.
Colleen, I'll probably send the recording to everybody that's on my one trade list. So all members will get it. All members will get it. Okay. It'll
I
take
want to see. I want to see what Chantel's got.
her trade was her settings were a 20 tick. She had a setup for the NASDAQ. I would put her on, but she would kill me because Chantal's French and feels like that I don't understand her, but I do. She speaks really well. But I'm not going to put her on because she'd kill me. You want to come on, Chantal? She's going to try. So let me put her on. Hold on, folks. Chantal's one of our members, also does a tremendous amount of testing, and she has a setup for the NASDAQ NQ 1030. Let's let Chantal explain her setup. Here we go. Chantal, see if we can hear you.
Hello.
Hey, we can hear you.
Yeah. Okay.
How are you?
Fine.
Good.
So, Stephen wants to know.
Yes.
Yeah.
He wants to know your 1030 setup.
Okay, but it's not a 1030 setup. It's my setup for all day.
Okay.
Okay.
The one that I told you yesterday.
Okay. Okay. So here's the deal, folks. Chantal is working on a new setup of her. We'll call it the Chantal setup for now. She's made a decision, and I'll let her explain it. Her decision is how many times she's going to trade, the way she's going to trade, and it's different from a scalping system. So Chantal, I'll let you take it away. If you want to show your charts, tell me and I can do that. Or if you want me to just do things on my charts, whatever you feel is easier.
I don't mind to show my chart, but you know that I use Bloodhound.
That's okay. I'll make you a presenter. She uses Bloodhound. Let me see if I can make you a presenter. I should be able to.
All right. So you got the software then, Chantal, for Bloodhound?
She does.
All right.
Yes.
Okay, so Chantal, your charts are coming up.
Think it's working now?
Yeah, we can see your charts. I'm getting rid of mine.
Okay. Yep.
Okay, we can see you.
Okay. I will go to another day, okay? A day that it's not that crazy. Or we can look at that day. Doesn't matter, as you wish.
That's a good idea. I think that's a good idea because we're really just going to explain your setup, and it's going to be a setup that will be valid as soon as the markets calm down a little bit.
Yeah, I prefer to go to another day, a day that it's normal.
I agree with you. Probably, Chantal, the first thing you should do, just go through your chart, tell everybody all the indicators you're using.
Okay.
And I know I'm pronouncing your name wrong, and I'm sorry.
My name is Chantal. In French, it's Chantal. So I am using my preferred one is the ADX VMA alert.
Mm-hmm.
I don't use that much the Anna squeeze, but still. And also I am using the William, the same William AD zero lag, but it doesn't show on my screen because I use a Bloodhound to show me the result.
Okay.
So that's why I can put it on if you want, but I think it's not there anymore.
No, you don't have to. So in other
Okay.
words, she uses the same Williams that I'm using, but she has this program called Bloodhound that costs about, what is it, about $1,000, Brian? And Bloodhound is sort of like a programming. It's a program that lets you program indicators, and is that how you describe it, Chantal?
I can show it to you. It's pretty easy to understand.
Oh, good. Would you sell that, Chantal?
No. You
No.
can.
I have Bloodhound.
You have Bloodhound?
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay. So I can share my template. It doesn't matter. All of those are not. I don't use them for now. Okay. So forget about all of those. I am using only those for here. So the first one is ADA mix 7 period as to have a slope. I set up that there is a slope. It's not at 0. So that means that line here, if it's flat, it's not gonna give me a signal. To give me a signal, it has to be in a slope, at
Correct.
least a little slope. My other one is the AD zero lag. It's the same thing. It has to show me a slope also on the AD zero lag indicator that I don't have on my screen now.
Mm-hmm.
The other one is the N squeeze. For the N squeeze, what I want is not to have magenta dots.
Okay.
Okay,
So when
she does not want magenta.
now to be in a trend, I don't want magenta dots. I don't know why I got them here. I'm not supposed to, but let's forget about that one.
Okay.
And the other one is the William AD zero lag, the lemma and the blue line has to be on the right side. The blue line has to be on the right side of the lemma, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, what she means by that, folks, is if there's a short going on, the blue line has to be preferably on the downside, the beneath the blue line of that the indicator creates, and the dotted line, the dashed line, has to be heading downward, not horizontal. And if it's
Yes.
going long, it's got to be above the line in the indicator, heading upwards. And she's doing it with Bloodhound, just to not to interrupt. I don't mean to interrupt, but Bloodhound is a programming system that people pay for. It creates something called BHT files, I believe. And unfortunately, only another Bloodhound user can use the BHT files. They're not very smart, or they would sell a lot more software. If everyone could use the BHT files, people would know about Bloodhound. But to give you a very quick example, and I'll give it back to Chantal, she created those green and red zones using Bloodhound, and those are signals for her. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
So there you go,
So
Chantal. I'm sorry.
no problem, Lee. So here, like here, my background is green because I have all my four condition
True.
okay, true, exactly. So maybe I can show my AD zero lag. Will it be better?
It's up to you.
Uh, no, you can, but you don't have to. I mean,
Okay,
the
you
the
understand?
the green down below tells us what it is. Yes.
Yes, okay. So, and I can remove also that because I use it only when I scalp. Okay, so that's all I'm using, and I can also remove the 200 because I'm not using it. The only thing that I'm using are those four conditions. And if it's green after consolidation, when it turned green, I enter the trade manually, like just to click on the one-click trade range.
Mm-hmm.
I go for 10 ticks for my first target, and I go for a trail for my second one. And my biggest thing that I notice is to do not enter again till I get another color of background.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Okay,
So
say that one more time. So Chantal does this as a trend system, not as a scalp. She will not take a second trade. She'll take her entry for rule. Her rule entry is that the yellow dots have to go into a color which represents a direction. Blue is long, but she also has to have a green background, which is long, a long sign, right, Chantal?
yes,
And there's two other conditions I think you're using in Bloodhound. You've got the yellow dots changing, green, and your indicators. But that
the
tells
yellow
you
dot, the AD, the William AD,
right.
and the Anna squeeze.
Okay.
Those three indicators are included in my background color.
Uh-huh. Yeah, I see it.
That's all. So I will go here for long, and I would not enter anything before I saw a red color on background. And still, I have a consolidation in the red. So now, on my first background red, I will still wait for the next consolidation, like here. So I will enter only after the consolidation with the same way. So my range would be the top here and the bottom here,
Yep.
like here.
Yep.
So my range will be that, and I will enter 2 ticks above or 2 ticks below.
Okay.
So my entry will be around on that candle around here.
Right.
Hey, Chantal, let's backtrack just for 1 second. Let me just explain your range. You're using the yellow dots to create your range, right?
Yes.
Okay, so maybe explain that because it was just a little bit unclear. In other words, she's using the one-click range trade to manage the trade, okay? And that is the key of what it does best. But she's actually creating her own range, and we're going to be able to turn the range off in a couple of days with the new upgrade. So just explain how you're using the yellow dots to create your range because it was a little unclear.
Okay, because you can, in the way that it's working now, you have to decide how much bar look back you're gonna look. But for me, what I'm looking at is only the yellow dots. So I want my range to be on the first yellow dot, and after that on my first changing color, for my background changing color.
Okay.
So I want only that to be my range. I don't want my range to be 15 bar look back like that.
Okay.
That's the difference.
So in
Okay.
other words, the field in the software that says bar look back, which we put at 15 for default, she's ignoring that, and she's creating her own range with the dots. Okay,
Yes.
that's the
It
difference. That's how she's using the range.
it would put my range, if I put that 15 bar, it would put my range here, but manually I will remove it to here.
Right.
On your settings, Chantal, what does your look back have to be? Uh,
I put it at 15.
you do put it at 15
Yes.
because you can't put it at 0, right? It won't.
No.
Right. We should have the programmer have a function maybe where it could be off.
No, but it's okay to be at 15. I just have to adjust one of those because
Okay.
most of the time the one below here it's going to be okay, and I just have to adjust the one on top.
Okay.
So that doesn't matter. It's not a big thing to adjust one or the other,
Okay.
and
She's
that
saying
gives me my range.
what she's saying is one side is normally correct and one side usually has to be adjusted. Someone's
Yes.
asking what time zone you're in.
Oh, usually I am using the 210 ticks like Stephen used.
But are you, what time is it where you are now?
Oh yeah, it's in the night. It's during the night at 2, almost 3 o'clock. It's just an example. I don't trade at that
Okay.
moment of the day.
Okay. This is not real time. KW, it's not real time. She's showing an
But
old trade.
but I should put that on the 210 ticks. It's better on 210 ticks.
Okay.
Eh, Okay, I will do that because it's different.
Someone was asking if you could show your setup on the 1030 NQ trade.
I have to do a replay.
Oh,
No, no, no.
no.
Just show a chart. Just show a chart.
Okay. Wait. I know, not second ticks. Let's put it at 10 days.
And 290 is also a good one too.
290, yeah.
Same
Mhm.
settings, right, Stephen?
Yes, 290 is.
290 ticks is what he means, folks.
But I don't want to trade today. I will go back and look at 1030.
Yeah, that's what they were asking.
So 1030, that's one that I trade in sim. So you can see the trade that I, okay,
That's a
so
nice one.
yeah, that's a nice one.
It was a good move.
So the range would have been from when it's when the background changing color. So from here to the first yellow dot.
Yep.
That's my range.
Okay. And what's your stop?
My stop is 20.
Okay.
So my entry is 2 ticks above. 2
Okay.
ticks above here. So
Yeah.
my entry is here.
Yep. Looks good.
And
So
again, wait for the green.
So I wait for my background to change color. So that tells me again that my ADX is blue. My William zero lag, my Zlemma is up. And there, it's not on the Anna squeeze, there's no magenta dots here.
Right. It's not consolidation, right?
That it's not, we are out of the consolidation.
Correct.
Okay.
Yep. Mhm.
That's what my background's telling me. So
Okay.
when my background is green, I look back to put my 2 order at the right place. So probably with 10 bar look back, it would have been on the right place, both.
Also, yes. Hmm.
Right.
So I don't have to do anything on that one. Just have to wait. And I experiment also something else now. I experiment that my first target is 10, but I experiment to make my second target only when it's gonna change color. So my second target on that case would have been from here to here.
Okay. All right.
I don't look at anything else, consolidation, or if my background is white, I don't care. I only care when my background is changing color. So I'm experimenting that for my second target. But I always took 10 or 20. I think 20 could also be good, but at least 10 ticks on my first target to have one at least that I can count on.
Okay. Do you trail?
Yes, you can, but with one contract, you cannot trail the first one.
Right, but with 2,
That's the
could you
problem.
trail?
If I can, yes.
Okay. We're adding 1-to-1 contract trailing also.
So, but I made back testing on that, and my back testing was only if I took the trade like here, and I exit when it's changing background color, and it was really good. The result is very, very good.
All right.
Okay. It's very similar to the trade that I'm doing. You're just slightly changing the range
A
and
little bit.
and but you're trading a trend trade. You're only willing to trade directionally once.
Yes, I don't want to re-enter here on
Right,
that
which is
second consolidation.
and that's supposed to be the rule of my trade also. But I probably would consider entering that second time because it's such a strong set of you're probably going to get pretty strong signals there.
I know that you, Stephen, you're gonna re-enter also, but my testing show me, my back testing show me that if you wait for the next color to happen, it's better. Because usually that my back testing telling me that usually the second one and the third one are not that as good as the first one.
Okay.
In that example, it's exactly that.
Okay. So this is a setup that if you have Bloodhound, you're going to be able to use those colored zones as a
Yes,
way of helping you, but you have to have Bloodhound. Okay.
but if you don't have Bloodhound, it's only two things that you have to look at. Because the Anna squeeze, you don't really have to look at it. It's going to be okay. You really have to look at do two things. The ADX VMA
Okay.
to be the right color and with a little slope, and the William AD zero lag to have a slope also. Let
Okay.
me put the
Okay.
William
So for
because
us in the room, if I want to trade your setup, and I'm not going to have Bloodhound in the room because we don't want to,
no,
make people buy. It's over $900. It's too expensive.
I think it's 750.
Is it okay? So
you don't need that.
it's
That's
just
you
not
don't
required. It's just not
no
required. You could
no.
simulate what she's doing, and that's what
Let's
she's saying. So maybe
let's
explain that one more time, Chantal.
let's forget about the Anna squeeze. It's not really important.
Okay.
The thing that is really important, and if you want, let's say, because now I have my Bloodhound here. Let's show people how to do it. My Bloodhound is on my second panel, and I want my my William AD to be on my second panel to
Okay.
be
So turn
nearest.
off Bloodhound.
No, I will show you how to do that. You just grab the one that you want, and you slip to here when it's between the first panel and the second panel, and it's going to be on the second panel now.
Okay.
So I can make my Bloodhound smaller,
Okay.
and now I have the two that I want nearest. So for my William AD, I want my blue line to be above, and I want my Zlema, that purple line, to be with a slope.
Okay.
So when it's like that, when it's horizontal like that, my background is white.
No
My
change.
background is gonna turn green only when I have a slope. But to be able to see the slope, you need that to be enough bigger than just a little small like that. You won't able to see the slope, you know?
Well, the slope is on your ADX, right?
The slope is, no, I look at both. The
Okay.
slope of my William AD, I found it better than the slope on the ADX.
Okay. All right.
But I look at both. You know, like here, you can see easily that there's no slope.
Correct.
Okay. So one question that I'm a little bit confused about, if you're going to create your range, how do you do it without the green and red background? When do you end it? It's easy to figure out when to start it. You start the range when the yellow dots start.
Okay, and you end
How
it.
do you know when to end it if you don't have the green and the red background?
Okay, you end it here because no, I don't took the right one. Wait a minute, I want the vertical one. So here and here, because for the ADX VMA, it's not flat anymore. It's the first candle where my slope is turning up.
Okay.
On my two other candle, you can see that it's flat. So you don't need the background of blood on to see that. You can see that with your eyes that now it's changing. It's going up, and here it has to go up also. It
Okay,
has to.
so you create the range from the start of your yellow dots to the start of the color that comes out of the yellow dots when it starts trending in an obvious direction.
Yes, because often, like here, it changes from red to blue to yellow dots, but there's no trending. And often in a range, you can see that there are places that, like here, you see the yellow dots, red, yellow dots, red, yellow dots, blue, red, yellow dots, but it's not trending anywhere.
Yeah.
So
Right. The two slopes got to be going in the same direction.
exactly. Also, the
Right.
slope here, the slope is flat. It's not going anywhere. Plus, the blue line for the William has to be on the right side also. So if I don't have those three conditions, I won't start the to look back the range, my range look back. So like here, my look back would have been from here to here, not here, but here.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And your results are very good with this?
If you tested it with the back, with blood on, you can use C Raven to back test.
Mm-hmm. Right. Yes.
And when I back test that for 90 days with only one contract, it gives me, and all day, nights, evening, all day.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
It gives me $8,000 for 90 days.
Pretty good.
Yes,
Okay.
only with one contract that I will keep till it changes color. Like I enter here, and I'm gonna go close it here with that one would have been
That'd be a loss there. Yeah.
a loss. Yes, but there is enough like that one, enough.
Makes up for it.
Yes, profitable one to make it. I don't know how to say that, but to make it worth it to trade it like that.
Sure.
Okay.
Sure. I like it.
Okay.
And there is not a lot of trade like that, so less commission also.
Okay.
That's
And
what I like.
you're doing it at 10:30, correct? It's a 10:30
No,
trade.
no, you can
Not
do it all
necessarily.
day.
Not necessarily 10:30.
No, you can do that all day. It's the same.
Anytime, right?
Yes,
Okay. Okay.
it's the same condition for any time.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much. Someone was asking the settings for the ADX VMA. What do we set it to 7 on I forget what that field is called. We set it to 7.
I think it's period.
Period, right. 7 period. Can you
Yes, it's the ADX period. It's 7.
Can you change the blue line on the Williams AD to a higher number so it'll not be so ziggy?
No. The William AD, you can't change anything.
But that would sort of defeat the purpose, TM.
You can change the color. That's all. You cannot change it. There's no. There's nothing you can change.
Right.
Okay. Let me see if this
It's like that, and it's working well like that.
Now, you wouldn't sell that, Chantal?
You think I can sell that?
Huh?
It's easy to do, but yes, we can talk together after.
Hey,
I know that Brian probably also wanted.
Chantal, does the ADX VMA have a sound alert when it comes out of the consolidation into the color? Someone was asking.
I don't know because I turned my sound for all Ninja. I don't want any sound from Ninja.
Okay. Arthur, I have to check on that. Okay. I think it might. There are some sounds in the indicators. For that, you just basically check uh, the indicator. Someone's asking if you feel like sharing the BHT file to other Bloodhound users.
Yes, sure. That's
Okay.
what Stephen asked, and yes,
That's what I'm asking her.
yes, yes, I
So,
can.
so the way that we'll do that, folks, is you'll do it through me. Okay.
Okay,
All right,
that's good.
Chantal. That way people will contact me and I'll send it to them.
It's just a small programming. It's nothing very special. It's not a big thing,
Okay. So
but
if you want
you
it,
can,
folks, just send an email to support@joebreck@breakout.net and I'll communicate it. Okay.
but you can do your own back testing with that after if you want.
Right, exactly.
Yeah,
Okay.
I will remove all the things that I don't use, and I will
That's
make it
awesome.
clean.
That's awesome. So I'm going to have to put Bloodhound on my charts, I guess.
No, but yes, maybe.
Yeah.
But
All
you
right.
can see here, it's not that obvious that it's not consult it's flatting, you know.
Yeah, that one area at about 10, right where your vertical cursor is at 1048,
Yeah,
it's a tough decision with the Williams.
exactly,
Yeah. Yeah.
exactly. It's tough, and since it's not my first trade
Yep. You
on
wouldn't have done it. You wouldn't have taken it.
no, I would have take it.
Yep. That would not be a trade for you.
No,
Okay. Okay.
not after I saw the result of my back testing with blood on.
Right. And not after that awesome 1035 trade either.
But you never know. Some of them would be good. You never know that.
Right. Right.
But when I do my back testing, I can see that it's better to don't take any other trade.
Okay.
Just if you want, like the next one would have been from after the consolidation, like here to here, to the green. It's not that good, but still like here. It's a profitable one, but if I don't know that one with the stop, I think it would have been, but the thing is with that, my stop would have been there. I don't use a stop. My stop would have been where it changes color.
Right, yes.
So
Yep.
you can easily made 20 ticks on that trend here.
Right. Wouldn't your stop be right next to it with the blue line there in the white?
No, my stop would have been only when the color, my back color changed.
Oh, when your background color changes. I'm sorry. Okay.
So I would have to take some heat here,
Right. Right.
but my back color doesn't change.
Okay.
And my back testing is telling me that it's okay. I should continue to stay in the trade. But if I wait till it changes color and I don't took my 20 ticks or 10 ticks or something at least for my first target, I found that I would have lost a lot of good trades for my first target.
Excellent.
Okay.
But still, the best is just to stay in the trend, stay in the trade till my background is changing color. That's the best. On my back testing, that is the best.
Okay.
And
Okay.
also less trades, less commissions.
Agreed.
Okay. All right, Chantal, thank you very much. I'm going to get out of here. Let everybody get out of here. We've been here for 2 hours.
Yes, it's late.
Okay. Well, thank you so much. And I'll just answer. I'm going to take the presenter back. I'll just answer a couple of last questions and we'll get out of here.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you,
Thank you.
Chantal. And Stephen, thank you so much
All right.
also.
Thanks a lot, guys.
Uh, does anybody have a last question? A question for Steve, if you still can hear.
Yeah, I can hear.
Let me see if I can find it. It looks like the MK sup dem zones show up at different places on the NQ210 tick chart from the NQ3 minute chart. Any ideas about that?
Uh, you have you have a parameter in the MK. You have a parameter to set it up. The make dem zones parameter asks you what your period is: 5 minute, 10 minute, 15 minute, whatever your chart period is. You can actually go into parameters on that MK dem zones,
Yep.
and you can specify ticks. You can specify minutes. You can specify whatever you want, and then you can put in your chart period for the minutes. It could be a
Okay.
15 minute, 10 minute, whatever it is.
So what you're saying is his chart period is probably different from what he's looking at.
Yes.
He has a discrepancy between what the indicator is set to as to what his charts are set to.
Right. The indicator might be set to 15 minutes.
Okay. You got that, Greg? All right. Chantal, everyone saying thank you. Thank you so much. You're easily understood.
No problem, right?
Let me just see. Williams AD. Oh, I have a link for the Williams AD from Greg, but you may have to be signed up at the Ninja Trader support forum in order to download it. Okay? So rather than just shoot it to you folks, I'm just going to make it part of my document. And then when I shoot that document out to everybody, all the information about all the indicators, where to get them, it'll be in one document so you don't have to drive yourselves nuts. Okay. So that was the Williams AD zero lag. Okay. And that's on the Ninja Trader forum. It's free. You just have to register. Okay. I think I can just send it. So I'll just pop it up there. People can grab it. Just remember that's what you have to do. Okay.
Lee, can you give me till tomorrow to get the BHT file?
Yeah. Whenever you're ready, Chantal. Okay.
Okay,
No problem. I'll tell
because
people.
I want to make it cleaner.
Okay. I'll take a list of people and then I'll bug you in a couple of days. Okay.
Okay, no problem. Tomorrow it will be done.
Okay. All right, folks. This was a lot of fun. We've got this tool that in some ways I've said it was partly created by an accident, Stephen, which I sort of told you and didn't, because we didn't expect the range to move when I first designed the indicator with you.
Right.
Originally, I thought the programmer was going to have the range stay stable, and he had it move, and that turned out to be a really critical aspect of the.
Which was good. Yes.
Yeah, it turned out to be an incredible benefit. So if I've missed any questions, please type it in real quick right now. I don't see any. And I think it's enough time. We're going to get out of here. I want to thank everybody for coming, and I'll be making a recording of this, and I'll send it out. So we're all good. I'll see everybody tomorrow. You know, we have a free oil trade for everybody. So if you're not a member, you can come to the oil trade, and we'll be trading crude and bonds tomorrow, it looks like. Okay, folks? So I'll see everybody tomorrow. And have a great rest of the day, folks. And thanks for coming to this trade room. See everybody. And thanks, Stephen Chantal. It was great. Take care, everybody.